Moments with God, a time of reflection for every day.
August 9th. Attack on the law. Wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Ephesians 2:2.
How old is God's law? Could it have existed even before humankind was formed? What do you imagine God's government in heaven would have been like if his law hadn't existed? The peaceful and happy universe that God had created was suddenly interrupted by Lucifer's rebellion. This was due to Lucifer's subtle attack on God's government. He began by insinuating doubts about the laws that governed the celestial beings, suggesting that, although laws might be necessary for the inhabitants of other worlds, the angels, being higher, did not need such restrictions. Because their own wisdom was sufficient to guide them, Lucifer told them that they were holy beings, that it was impossible for them to bring dishonor to God, that they were beings for whom error was impossible, just as it is not possible for God. In this way, he made them distrust the law that governed heaven and made the angels believe that God had made a mistake in imposing the law on them.
Lucifer had falsely presented God's plans, twisting and misinterpreting them, to produce dissension and discontent. He cunningly induced his listeners to express their feelings. Then, when it suited his interests, he repeated these statements as evidence that the angels were not entirely in harmony with God's government.
While professing perfect loyalty to God, he insisted that changes in the order and laws of heaven be made wherever necessary for the stability of the divine government. Thus, subtly, while working to stir up opposition to God's law and to instill his own discontent in the minds of the angels under his command, Lucifer made a show of wanting to eliminate discontent and reconcile disaffected angels to the order of heaven, not discerned, and millions followed him in their discontent. The work was so subtle that Lucifer seemed to be the liberating leader of an oppressive system.
That same contempt for God's law continues to resonate today. And it is what will resonate powerfully at the end of the conflict, forcing men to decide between serving God or Satan. Where does it say in the Bible that the law no longer has any value? Who invented the teaching that God's law should not be kept? This undoubtedly comes from Satan.
God's law is eternal, holy, and remains the same. It doesn't change because God is its creator. Just as he was subtle in heaven, so Satan spreads his superstitions, so that those who believe in the Bible also believe that, because they have God's grace, they no longer have to keep it. The same lie about heaven is still taught today. What should be the path, to keep God's law or not? Amen.
Thank you for listening to this audio. We invite you to share with your contacts and visit the website BibleWell.com.